Hi Pisces, welcome to a very comfortable reading. I'm in a very comfortable mood and I was like, let me go ahead and see what's going on with Pisces, okay? So this is your June 2022 tarot reading with the Esoteric Empire. So I'm going to pull your spread and then I'll come back and we'll talk about what's going on, what to expect and all that good stuff, okay? Alright, so I have your spread here. I wish y'all could see work on that. I'm trying to get into a place where you guys can actually see the cards. Okay, so let's talk about how you're showing up. So Pisces, during this month, you are the daughter of fire. That's your energy. That's what people are seeing you as. It came out in reverse, right? So I have to tell you how it is when it comes to this. So Pisces, this time of June, you have a lot of outward beauty, a lot of glamour, a lot of excitement that people see. But within, when it comes to who you are within, you're having a hard time having substance. You could be kind of like out of focus, or maybe you just feel like things are not syncing up the way that they need to. So we want to work on making all of that outer glamour, all of that excitement, all of the beautiful things that people are seeing. We want to make sure that you're feeling that, because I feel like your inner peace is kind of shaky right now. Some of you are just bored, simply put, okay? So we're going to see what messages you need to hear. So what's crossing you is the King of Swords, all right? So this King of Swords energy is basically saying that you are mastering your mindset. You're trying to figure out what exactly you need to do mentally in order to cut through the bullshit. That's the vibe I'm getting. Some of you are trying to determine who is good for you, who's not. Some of you are trying to work through your path and where you want to go in your career or just your mindset. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like some of you guys could have been dealing with a lot of emotional issues, and you're realizing that a lot of the emotions that you're feeling can be worked through when it comes to your mentality. So in other words, you're realizing, okay, if I'm feeling this down about something, even if I don't feel like it's justified, or even if I do feel like it's justified, what can I do mentally to master that so that I can have control over how I feel? You understand? So you're understanding what emotional intelligence is. You're kind of molding those two things together. But a lot of you are realizing it takes you having to cut something off and actually being strong enough to do that, to say, I'm done, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I would choose to not be in conflict. Or some of you are saying like, look, I'm gonna go towards the conflict so I can let you know how I really feel about the situation. So it just depends on what your temperament is, but all in all, it looks like you are at a crossroads where you're trying to master how your mentality is affecting your emotions, okay? And how you have conversations with people and things like that. So the base of your reading, right? So where all of this is stemming from is because you have the death energy, which is a beautiful, beautiful card. This says that you are transforming. Things are changing. There's a shift happening in your life right now. So a lot of you who are holding on, a lot of you who are feeling like things are different, but you don't know exactly what it is, you can't put your finger on it, it's because there's a shift in your season of life, okay? So whatever season you're at right now, during the month of June, there will be a shift, and that's what's causing these feelings, these emotions, these new mindsets, these new people. It's being caused by the transformative energy, which is death in tarot. All right, so I'm also seeing that some of you, it could be literally death. Like maybe someone in your family died, and you're looking at life differently because of that. Maybe you are connecting with your ancestors, someone who's passed, and it's helping you to form who you are trying to become, who you want to be, what you need to work on. For a lot of people, especially if you had a recent death in your family, it can kind of make you view life in a very different way. For some people it's positive, for some people it's negative. But either way, when you have someone who dies close to you, or just someone who impacted you, it kind of forces you to look at things from a very different perspective. And I feel like that's what's happening for you. But because of this, energy, you don't want to show people that that's how you're feeling, but all in all, you are feeling different. You are feeling a shift. So I want you to learn to embrace that shift, because I don't think it's bad. I think it's about you being emotionally mature and realizing like everything is not meant to always be good, or not all relationships or people are supposed to be in your life permanently. You know, like change is inevitable, and I think that's something you're learning, but it's also affecting you, like how you deal with things. So there is a bit of a fighting energy that I'm getting for you. There's going to be an upgrade in your passions in your career, but there is this energy of spirit kind of making you be a warrior at this time. Not meaning that you have to physically fight, but it's almost like you need to prove to yourself what you're capable of. And this is one of those moments where you have to come to yourself and really figure out what you're made of to get through these moments, or to figure out. For some reason, I'm getting like a message that some of you are being pushed to do things that are maybe not morally in your arena or your path or something, and you're having to choose, is that worth progressing? Okay, so it's like someone is being offered something where it's like if they go through with it, they're going to feel guilty, or they're going to feel weird or bad about it because it's not really who they are, but they're trying to decide if it's worth it to move up or to progress or to go to the next level. So I want you to really, really think about like what that means to you. I'm not sure what you're going through, but there's somebody's going to be offered something that I feel like they need to either stand up for themselves or like really know what their morals are. It's so weird. It's like I'm not able to see it because I feel like it's something that you don't want anyone to know about or something like that. But if you believe in something, you need to stand on it. And I feel like some of you are not aware that you're able to do that. You are. You have the footing to do that. So I don't care what the outcome is. If you believe in something, you need to stand on that, especially during this time. Okay? Because I feel like there's something you're going through that I can't really tap into, but you'll know. And if you don't know now, it'll make sense throughout June, okay? So this is actually really beautiful. I see that a lot of you are coming out of a situation where you had gifts or you received something from a certain individual or something like that, a gift or money. It seemed like you were getting help maybe from someone, or someone wanted to give you something. Okay. But now it's like, I feel like you're having this energy of you feel like you have to repay them. Or you're in debt to someone. I'm gonna have to pull a card on that one, because now I'm starting to see where this is coming from. You're battling yourself because some of you have this thing where you feel like when someone does something for you, you owe them. And for others of you, they did do something for you and they expect something, and you're not really comfortable with what that is. You're not comfortable with giving them what they want. Okay, tell me more about this. And I feel like it's because you feel like it's not you, or you feel like if your ancestor was watching you, or if someone that you love was watching you, they wouldn't be proud. Okay. Five of Swords. So someone helped you get through a very rough time. You were struggling, or maybe not struggling, but you were going through something that was pretty tough. And it was something that a lot of people didn't really know about. But this particular person came through and they helped you. Whether it was monetarily, whether it was a place to stay, whether it was emotional comfort, or just keeping the secret a secret. They helped you in some way. And now it seems like they want their payment back. Or now you feel like you have to pay them back, even if they've never said anything about that. And this is putting you in a very uncomfortable position, because I think the person that helped you, you kind of knew you probably shouldn't have taken the help from them. So this is starting to get a little sticky, and I can definitely see why you're at this crossroads where you're like, okay, everything looks good on the outside, but I don't feel good on the inside about myself. I don't feel good about the choices that I had to make, or the choices that I am making. Pisces, you have to understand that you have to like be okay with yourself. At the end of the day, you have to be able to look yourself in the mirror. And if you have not been at that point, and if you're not at that point right now and you feel like you can't look at yourself in the mirror, then something is wrong and you need to fix that, because it's eating away at you. It's eating away. Whether other people are noticing it or not, you're because even moving towards the future, here's judgment, which means, just like I was saying, looking yourself in the mirror. Really look at how this card is. Look how she's looking at herself. You know, whether it's in dream form, whether it's, you know, trying to figure out what the illusions are. Emotionally, when you're by yourself, are you comfortable with what you see in the mirror? Or some of you need to think, if you do what that other person wants you to do, will you be able to be comfortable with who you are at the end of the day? So you're not, it may seem like this person is the issue that you're dealing with, or, you know, the circumstance that you're a part of, but it's really you. Because you have to be able to, like I said, stand on what you believe. If you're, you know, things happen, shit happens. Sometimes you put yourself in situations that are not ideal. But you have to look at what part you played to be in that situation in the first place. And I think that's what Spirit is trying to push you to do. Because it honestly doesn't matter how good things are in your life if this one thing is just eating away at you. And if you just, you know, and you can feel like you don't feel comfortable, you don't feel whole, you feel like you did something wrong, you feel guilty. All of that is what, that's the noise you're going to hear. You're not going to have peace until you fix the situation. Okay, so, wow. And even for a lot of you, maybe it's not that you have to do anything necessarily, but maybe it's saying you need to end whatever this corrupted relationship or circumstances. And I want you guys to understand, it doesn't have to be romantic, but for some of you it is. You know, there's a situation that I feel like you're being called to end, so that you don't have to keep putting yourself in these awkward scenarios, these awkward, you know, positions, you know. So Pisces, I don't know what you've been up to. Yeah, Nine of Wands. Whether you know it or not, you're about to come to the stage where you either keep going, or you say enough is enough. I can't do this anymore. But you are going to be pushed to your limit. I need you to understand that. You will be pushed to your limit, but it's because it's time. The season is over for this, but you keep allowing it to keep going, or you keep putting yourself back in the same cycle. And eventually you're going to get tired. Eventually you're going to burn out on whatever this is. And it's not to scare you, you know, but remember, with this death card, a lot of people are afraid of death. And not just in the, you know, life way. I mean, situations. A lot of people are afraid to end things even if they know it's the wrong thing to be a part of. I want you to kind of get into your own mind what your morals are, what you stand on, because I think that's going to make it a lot easier for whatever this is to break down completely, to be released completely. Also, that energy that you have to say, no, I want to be like this, I want to be this type of person, I don't want to be forced to be another type of person that I'm not. That's what's going to get you to feel okay with you. And when you're okay with you, it doesn't matter what anyone else has to say about your decisions. Because there's a decision that has to be made, but I want you to be in control of what that decision is. And it looks like that's the problem. You feel like someone is forcing you, or you feel like you have to make other people happy before yourself. And then at the end of the day, you're only left with you. And can you even look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I did what I believed was the right thing. So this judgment is huge. And I need you to understand that it's not going to go away. You will always have this haunting energy until you fix it. Which basically means you know what you need to do. Stop pretending you don't know what to do. If you don't feel comfortable with this stuff, end it. It's that simple. You may feel like there's a lot more attached, but honestly it's not. Okay? So that's your reading. This is a very deep one. I will see you guys in the next reading. Thank you so much for being here. Bye.